Hey, hey, hey! It's the Pacific Northwest Geek here. Echo! I thought I could come up with something witty to put here, but I forgot what it was, so I'm just gonna go Buddha, 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 Buddha. Sarah here. Cha, cha, cha. And I'm here with another review. This time I will be looking at the 1986 film from Empire Pictures. Necropolis. Now, Necropolis tells a story is that in the 1600s, there's this woman named Eve. Eve is kind of like this powerful type witch who is trying to do a little ceremony involving a virgin girl, because that's how it goes apparently. Go down here. But that's apparently how it goes when you do some ceremony. You need a virgin girl, but she tries to pull it using a girl who's getting married. Unfortunately, the ceremony is interrupted and she is killed by some priest, some holy man with a cross. Fast forward to 1986. This is an 80s movie. Eve's back. She's now like this punk rock biker chick, and she wants to complete the ceremony for eternal life. And she ain't the only person apparently who's come back. The priest, the groom from the wedding, and his bride, who was the virgin girl back in the 1600s, is back. And Eve's going around. She's able to get people to do things. She just sit there and she tells one guy, "Oh, you're gonna take this knife and you're gonna kill yourself." He does it. Tells some other girl about, you're gonna want to be with a girl, another woman. You've dreamed about it. Anyways, she's going around doing these things to different people and collecting this gooey stuff, slimy stuff. That we come to find out is ectoplasm. And you get a rather intriguing... Oh, God. This movie's on Tubi, and there is a scene where, all she's got on is panties and a robe on, and the robe's open, and you start to see, her torso starts, acting up. It's really hard to explain, but the camera then goes to a headshot of her before pulling away, and she now has 6 boobas. She's got 6 boobs. And each one of these boobs is producing that ectoplasm, which she uses to breastfeed these creatures and these robes. It's an interesting scene. I was watching this movie and get to that scene, and it's like, what the ever-loving booty is this? Anyways, the police officer who's working the case happens to be the groom. He's talking to this priest who happens to be they're like the reincarnations of the priest who had killed her. And there's this woman who the cop's interested in who happens to be the reincarnation of the virgin girl from 200 years earlier. By the way, they said 300 years. This is 200 plus years later. And the girl has a thing about her neck, not really people touching or something. That's because in her previous life, that's how she had got her neck sliced. And when Eve sees her, she becomes a target. So she's gonna get all this ectoplasm and stuff so that she can then go after this girl to finish the ceremony. But she confronts the priest early in the movie, posing as some lost girl or whatever. It was just basically come face to face with the priest, and after the priest leaves the room, she's like, "I will get you. You won't stop me this time." She gets the girl, and they try to perform the ceremony, but luckily the priest and the cop there to stop her. I know, spoilers for a movie that's almost 40 years old. Ooh. Again, this is an Empire film, But you might be noticing it says full moon. For those who aren't in the know, Empire Films, or Studios or whatever they're called, was the company that Charles Brand did prior to Full Moon. And they have a series of these Full Moon's Grindhouse collection. I have a couple of these. You can tell it's a mid 1980s. Even like I said, even the back says 300 years. Yet it says 1600. So I'm guessing they're saying 300 because it must have happened in the year. She must have died in the year 1600, and now it's the year 1986. So I guess I'll count that as 300. An action-packed zombie thriller. Not really action-packed, and the zombies aren't really much other than some people in some robes who can be killed with crucifixes that have been sharpened into weapons. You kind of can see a little bit like what they look like there, with that one there in the robe. That's of course that's Eve. In the past, she had longer hair, a lot longer, white hair. You get a little bit of TNA, and then she runs around, tends to like dance with this, her panties and a robe that tends to open up, and of course the scene with the 6 boobs, which that was definitely something. But again, this is a mid 1980s independent film, so the lighting's not the best. It's not necessarily the best in terms of quality. Perhaps it hasn't aged well. That might be what's wrong, because it might not have, in terms of quality, have aged well. Now, apparently there is a reimagining of this that was done a few years ago in 2019 called Necropolis Legion, both on Tubi. I will put the link for this and Necropolis Legion in the description because, so you can watch this for yourself, and I will be watching Legion just to see how it is. Eve, apparently that one is now a vampire. I don't know what the exorcism looks like. I have to... I've seen worse, but it's if you're a fan of Full Moon, it's great to check out because again, this is pre-Full Moon. I actually do have, I believe, 2 other pre-Full Moon movies, because Empire also did Trolls, Ghoulies, and Reanimator, and I have Reanimator, and I have Ghoulies. It's pretty cool to see the stuff. So anyways, go ahead and check this out. If you've seen this movie, tell me what you think about this movie. And tell me what is your favorite pre-Full Moon movie? Basically, what is your favorite movie from the time period of when they were Empire? When Empire was still around, I'm gonna go with Reanimator. But anyways, I'm the Pacific Northwest Geek, and I will see you on the flip side in Necropolis. Toodaloo.